Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the crypto total market cap in terms of the Heikin-Ashi candles. Now, if you haven't heard of Heikin-Ashi candles before, you're probably looking at this and thinking it's a bit weird. If we come back to traditional Japanese candlesticks, you can see that the opening of a candle on Japanese candlesticks is always correlated to the close on the previous candlesticks. So you can see that we closed here and opened at the same level. On this candle we closed up here and opened on the same level on the next one. But if we come over to Heikin-Ashi candles, you can see that they do not open and close where the previous one opened or closed. Now, they actually open halfway down the previous candle body of the previous move. So it's not the entire candle move, it is the candle body specifically. So you can see this big green box here is the candle body, and we opened halfway through the candle on this move. On this candle body here in the next move, we opened halfway through on the previous one. So we basically opened halfway through the previous candle body. Now you can look at this on any time frame, but it is best to come out to the monthly or the weekly. So I'm going to be talking about the weekly for this video. Now you might be wondering why would you want to use Heikin-Ashi candles when you can use Japanese candlesticks? And it's basically one very simple reason. Japanese candlesticks don't characterize uptrends and downtrends very well simply by looking at the green and red candles. So for example, you can see in this downtrend that we've had since the 8th of November, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green candles before we broke out of this downtrend. Now, if we come over to the Heikin-Ashi candles, you can see that we only had one green candle before we broke out, and this was a doji candle, which, if you don't know, shows indecision in the market. So the reason why we use Heikin-Ashi candles is that they characterize downtrends a lot better, and they characterize uptrends a lot better. For example, you can see in this big green uptrend, we really didn't have many red candles come in that would tell us that the downtrend is subsiding. But as soon as we did start to have consecutive red candles, you can see the uptrend was done. And you can also see when we've had downtrends of red candles, the second it turns green was basically the exact bottom. So as you can tell on the weekly candles, we've had our first green big body Heikin-Ashi candle in a while. Now, bear in mind that we are obviously halfway through the week, so if this candle does come down to, you know, somewhere like here, and it turns out to be another doji candle like this, then we would obviously need to look at that when that happens. But so far, we are above this resistance line, and if we zoom out, we are above the 618 for this macro fib, sorry. So we are looking relatively bullish. There is a lot of green volume stepping in. Basically, it rivals the green volume that we pretty much had around the top of this uptrend and when we were, you know, breaking into this uptrend. So this is a good sign that we're getting a lot of volume stepping in on the weekly, and obviously it is literally only Wednesday right now, so we do have a lot more potential green volume to be coming in. Now, what I want to show you in this video is previous examples like here, where you can see you've got a consecutive bunch of red candles, and as soon as it turns green, we knew that the downtrend was done. The same with this huge green uptrend here. As soon as we started getting, you know, 1, 2 red candles, we knew that this downtrend had subsided. So, like I said again, we've got our first strong volume buy of a green doji candle, not a doji candle. We've had our first green Heikin-Ashi candle step in since the 8th of November. So this is really all I wanted to show you. We would need to keep an eye on what happens at the end of the week. If we are able to close above this red trend line, I'd say as long as we close above where we are now, pretty much, I'd round it down maybe to 1.95 trillion. As long as we stay above 1.95 trillion, we are above this micro 618 here. So in the micro terms, we'd be good for a move up. On the macro term, we are above this 618 as well, and this 618. So in the macro term, we are still very bullish in the total market cap. But we would need to see what happens at the end of this week. Like I said, if we are able to have our first proper big green Heikin-Ashi candle, then I think I'd be buying Bitcoin, I'd be buying altcoins again. So that's all I really wanted to show you. If we come over to the monthly as well, you can still see that we haven't had our first green candle. But if we look previously, we had 2 red monthly Heikin-Ashi candles, and in this time we've had 3 red Heikin-Ashi candles. So say what you will about these, but it does somewhat seem like the downtrend is subsiding, at least in terms of if we are only looking at the Heikin-Ashi candle. So once again, none of this is financial advice, it's just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Peace.